So a lot of times we have to first solve for a variable, but here I don't. It's already y equals. So I'm plugging that into the first one. Now when you go to the first one, nothing else changes. It still has a 2x plus a 3 times y, which is now 5x minus 27 equals 4. So the other variables and coefficients stay the same. So then we get 2x plus 15x minus, what's 27 times 3? Good. And these are on the same side, so just combine like terms. So that's 17x minus 81 equals 4. Add our 81 over. Divide the 17, and 85 divided by 17 is? So now I have x. How do we get y? Go back to the beginning. We said y was 5 times x, but x is 5 minus 27. So 25 minus 27. So y is negative 2. And then how do you have to write your final answer? Okay, so substitution. If it's not already an x equals or y equals, you have to solve for a variable and then plug it into the other one. Any questions about that one? All right. I want to look at another word problem together. 16, that's your pick? I will happily look at that one. Ethan made $6 per hour mowing lawns and $7.50 per hour bagging groceries. Last week he made a total of $129. The difference between the number of hours bagging groceries and the number of hours mowing lawns was 10. How many hours did Ethan spend mowing lawns? Where do we have to be in here? So we have to define our variables. The things we're talking about are lawns and bagging groceries. So x is going to be my mowing lawns, and y is going to be my bagging groceries. All right. Now we have to write equations. He makes $6 per hour mowing lawns. So what would I put?
6x.
6x. And $7.50 per hour bagging groceries. So that would be plus 7.50 y. And how much money did he make?
129.
So that's my first equation. Second equation, the difference. What does difference mean? What operation? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? We're subtracting. The number of hours bagging groceries. Okay, how many hours did we spend bagging groceries? I did. Bagging was the y. And the number of hours mowing is x, was 10. So y equals x minus 10. Sorry, y minus x equals 10. Now we can solve this. This is written a little bit weird because if you're going to do elimination, your variables don't quite line up. We can certainly fix that, so that's probably what made this one a little bit harder. We have 6x plus 7.50y equals 129. This one, if I want my x to cancel, this is a positive 6 and this is a negative 1. So what would I have to multiply this equation by? It's already negative, so we could do a positive 6. Can I flip my order as I do that? So 6y, I'm just going to put that under my y. Negative 6x, I'm going to write that under my x. So I just reordered it just so that when I add things line up. It makes it a little bit easier to look at. So if I add negative 6 and positive 6 cancel, 7.5y plus 6y is 13.5y equals 189. And then we divide 13.5. And we get y to equal 14. All right. Now what do I do?
Put the 14 in for the same location.
I put 14 in for y. So 14 minus x equals 10. Subtract the 14. So negative x equals negative 4. Divide by negative 1. And x is 4. Then we have to answer the question. This time I didn't say how many hours do you spend each. I just want to know how many hours do you spend mowing lawns. Which variable is mowing lawns? X. X is 4. So we have 4 hours mowing.
4 hours long.
Is that one okay? Let's do an inequality problem. So 18 and 19, you're just graphing one line. Let's do 21 together. Remember, I did tell you yesterday to mark off problem 22, so we're not doing that one. So if I want to solve this, before I can graph those lines, what do I have to do? So I'm going to subtract my 2x. That gives me negative y is greater than or equal to negative 2x. To get y by itself, I have to divide by negative 1. If you divide by a negative, what happens to your inequality? So y is less than or equal to 2x. Okay, to graph these, we have to ask ourselves, is it solid or dashed? Solid because of the equal to. The y-intercept is 0, slope is 2. So up 2 over 1. And we could go down 2 and backwards 1. Okay, so we have our solid line here. And then we have to decide which side to shade. So we look at the inequality. Less than is below, greater than is above. This is less than 2x. So think about your y-intercept. If you are less than that, you are below it. So we are lightly shading in this area. It's not my final answer yet, but it's the first part. Then we do the second line. So to get y by itself, we subtract the 3x. So y is less than negative 3x plus 5. Graph that, y-intercept is 5. Slope, negative 3 over 1, so down 3 over 1. Solid or dashed? Dashed because there is no equal to. Okay. Less than, we have to ask above or below. Less than is below, so it's here. Our answer is the overlap. It's where both parts got shaded. And it's this area between those two lines down here. So you need to darken in that so I can tell that is your actual solution. If it's hard to tell what's darkened in, then use a color or erase some of your other shading. Okay. Are there questions for me? So I have done a big chunk of this study guide with you. You have to finish the rest. And I have 4 problems that you have to do and turn in before the end of the hour. So I'm going to kind of leave it up to you. If you want to do these 4 problems first, you can. If you want to practice your study guide for a little bit, you can do that. Okay, but you have to do these 4 before the end of the